But as it turns out, your dad has been messaging me on Facebook Messenger for months. And on November 16th of 2021, he wrote, Francis, when is the Oops live show in December? Of course, I feel bad. I never saw that. And then on the 4th of July, he wrote, hi, Francis. I was trying to do a surprise birthday for G. I heard you might be having your bachelor party on the 20th. Is that right? Didn't respond to that. Felt really bad. I feel bad about that. But this is
that would have ruined the surprise, though. You didn't even know about your bachelor party.
Oh my God, that's fucking insane, bro.
Oh wow.
My dad ruined. Oh. Welcome back to Oops the Podcast.
All right, lots to unpack here.
I got something for you.
Please.
Julio, I don't know where you came up with that idea.
Dude, this guy was a huge turkey.
What is this, Japan? Which is
Yeah.
one of the reasons why I hadn't told you about it.
No, and I also just assumed you were saving it for the pod if you were going to tell me,
Yeah.
which of course you were.
Oh,
But-
yeah. Welcome back to the first episode of Oops the Podcast in the year of our Lord 2023.
2023, man. Wow.
Wow.
Holy shiz.
Off we go. We're off and running.
To the races.
Although I will say, I feel like I'm carrying last year's energy in to this year more than perhaps in recent years.
Go on.
There's a lot of unfinished business. There's a lot of unfinished business that I'm taking with me.
What do you mean?
I don't even know what I mean. I just don't feel like there's been
Right,
any
right.
kind of a separation or any kind of a break.
There's a lot of things that are still up in the air. Do you mean do you just mean like with your own personal anxiety toward events?
Yeah,
Or do you mean like with work and shit?
I don't feel safe from last year yet.
Yeah.
There hasn't been any enough distance put
Mhm.
between myself and the events of last year.
So this is funny. Francis and I were texting. I was like, dude, I truly believe next year will be your big year where like you stop getting yourself in trouble. And he's like, you said that last year.
No, last year you said that it would be my year.
Yes. And that's partially true.
I don't know.
Dude,
maybe.
Look where we're sitting right now.
I know.
It's because of you.
Well, that's kind.
It's your year in a way.
But I don't feel like it was my year last year. I don't know what my year would be. I don't know what would have to happen for me to be like, man, that was my year.
I understand that your year, when all is said and done, your year may not have been this year, but
I'm glad
this is still your year. This is a big year, you know?
I guess I'm done predicting that it'll be my year, or even accepting that other people, because I have been told a lot, man, I think this is going to be Fran's year. Boy, I think he's on the verge.
But
he might be on the cusp.
But what are we talking about when we say
I don't know.
I
People
was
say
talking
it.
about your year where getting yourself in a pickle becomes less of a thing. We all can get ourselves in pickles. You happen to like pickles.
I don't like
you don't
pickles.
like them, but you are prone to finding them.
I'm a pickle man.
You're a pickle man.
Pickle popper.
But we said that this would be the year. I said your New Year's resolution for 2023 should be to be less controversial.
Yes, that's the New Year's resolution for 2023.
Less controversy.
Less controversy this year. I don't want controversy. It's hard. It's got to be hard to listen for the people at home to me say that.
Why?
Because
they've seen what happened to you.
Yes, but I bet
They
you.
saw.
I bet you. They're like, shut up, Francis. You invite controversy. You relish it. You roll around in the mud like a pig in shit, happy about it. Because it keeps happening. So at this point, we all know it has to be my fault.
So there's different, but what the people listening may not understand is this. So they might see you, go on Twitter and like kind of roll your sleeves up and go throw bows with a troll or something, or like a random person who took a shot at you, you'll like go back at them. That's the kind of, you do invite that. You like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Right. So, but that's fine. But like to clarify, what he's talking about is where he does something where he like didn't think twice about it and suddenly finds himself in like a shitstorm because of it. Or just getting unlucky. A combination, but unlucky in a way where like, okay, even though it's unlucky, I could have prevented that. I got unlucky, but I didn't have to be saying anything to begin with.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Those two things we'd like to get rid of.
I think that's right. I think it's right. I need to button it up a lot more in 2023.
And you will, dude.
You've said it, though. It's a hard thing to do when you're
you're
a
a married
comedian
man.
because you're rewarded for saying outrageous things.
I don't know that I said that. Did I say that?
I think you said something like it's hard to not be cynical or talk shit as a comedian because our career is talking shit.
Okay, true. That is true. I did say that. But you can still very much be a comedian without doing that. Like, you can think things and not say them. And it's not going to take away from you being like, man, my doctor's a bitch.
Dude.
Hey! She's a real bitch.
I can't,
You can still do that.
I
yeah.
can't remember the last time I thought something and didn't say it.
Yeah.
I am like a 4-year-old. I am a 4-year-old. I was hanging out with my 2-year-old niece all week at home in Maine, and I couldn't help but think about how similar she and I are.
Dude, that's
Just
so
in
funny.
how little control we
She just
have
doesn't give a shit.
over what we say.
It's really funny.
We don't control what we say. We don't know not to say things. Neither she nor I. Well, anyway, I have so much to talk to you about.
I got a lot too.
But I'm
Looking forward to
excited.
catching
Yeah,
up.
all good. You know, we'll soldier on here. Let me
Real quick. So I don't know what my New Year's resolution is, but I saw Avatar yesterday.
Oh, give me the quick skinny on that.
Hillary and I just looked at each other when it was over. We're like, is that the greatest movie that's ever been made?
Oh wow.
And whatever, maybe like we're hacks. Like maybe the dust will settle and everyone's going to hate it. But like, I thought it was a triumph in many ways. It's like the greatest movie by arguably the most prolific filmmaker of our generation who writes all the movies.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that. He
Mhm.
writes them, directs, produces, and they're typically they're things that have never been done typically.
Yeah.
And I just wonder about his process. I'm like, how does this guy mine the best out of everybody who's doing shit? Because a guy came to him with The World and he's like, the world sucks, do it again. And
Yeah.
like, he probably did that 80 times. I'm making shit up. But at some point, somebody brought him something 80 times and he said, no, that's not good enough. And that person started to get pissed and started to hate him. He
Mhm.
didn't care.
Mhm.
Like, I'm wondering about like the delegation of like creating large scale projects. And I'm like, damn, that's amazing.
But that's interesting you say that because I think that what you just described is a process that is true of people who build world-changing things too,
Mhm.
companies, right?
Totally.
Steve Jobs
That comes to mind too.
was absolutely beyond, so particular about the shape and where buttons were, and I watched that show about Spotify, which turned out to not be that good. I think I recommended it, and I'm gonna recant my recommendation. I don't know that I would tell. The first couple episodes are cool. The
I
story's
feel you
cool.
on that. I feel you on that.
But he was so anal about the speed with which the song would have to start playing once you clicked on it.
They're like classic.
And they got it
Yeah.
down to like 0.4 seconds, and that was too much of a lag.
Yeah.
And it had to be less than 0.2 seconds because that's the time they said the mind thinks it's simultaneous.
Right. Right.
And so, and getting that to happen required a feat of
Yeah.
software engineering, computer programming that sounded like a miracle. And these programmers, the guy who said it has to be faster, wasn't doing that.
Right. Right.
He was saying, you need to do this.
And dude, that's classic. Like that's like the classic story. Like
Yeah.
Steve Jobs, get out of here.
Elon Musk.
Guy, I can't do it. Like it's so funny. Like when you're in the weeds, like it's hard to see the vision, and you need the visionary. But like the visionary has to like
Right.
be a savage.
I think that for anyone who's made $1 billion in this world, there is a full cemetery of ferociously angry people who worked
Totally.
for those people who got stepped on and kicked around and contributed their blood, sweat, and tears,
And it wasn't good enough.
and really did advance the product and are not getting any of the fucking credit, and just hate those people.
Yeah.
Hate them.
Yeah. Totally. Well, dude, Avatar. Like I know it took 10 years to make, and I don't think because they were working on it.
Is
the
that
whole time.
right?
Yeah. I know that they were like. I'd heard that they were waiting for certain technology to be ready. Like I'd heard a few different things about this. It's unclear. I know that like the original Avatar was groundbreaking in a bunch of ways. Like they used a bunch of techniques and they did things that no one had ever really done before. Regardless, dude, there's so many moments in this movie that are just like the perfect movie moment.
Huh.
Where I was just like, oh my God, that was so sick. Or that
Cool.
was so sick. And it like gets you in your head. I know like the Avatar story to begin with, like is a little bit of a mind fuck. And it's also amazing the way that they just fully get you to root against humanity immediately for the entire movie.
Huh. Cool.
Dude, like I loved it. I saw it in
That's so
3D.
good.
Recommend seeing it in the theaters.
All right, we'll go.
Triumph.
Let me ask you this. What was the last movie I can think of where I felt that way was Dune.
Uh-huh.
I walked out of Dune thinking, "Oh my God." And I've watched it 4 or 5 times since, and I've felt that way every single time.
I need to watch it again because of what you're saying. Because I like didn't pay attention well enough at the beginning, and I think I lost a lot. I also didn't see it in the theaters. Did you?
I did, and I think you deserve to go see it
In the theaters.
in a place that has really good sound and
yeah,
screen.
full setup because it was visually striking.
It's unbelievable.
So yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah.
Now, James Cameron, you said you said something which was that he's prolific.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I don't know. I mean, off the top of my head, Terminator 2, True Lies, Titanic.
But doesn't he make a movie only every few years?
But look at what these movies are.
No, I
They're
know,
always
but
like
okay.
insane.
So my
But like Stanley Kubrick only made a movie every few years.
No, I know, but in my understanding, prolific to me means they put out a lot of work.
Okay, so this, and I may be using it incorrectly, but to me, it's like high level for the entire library.
Okay.
Over a long period of time.
That's probably
but
not
you
too
might be
far
right.
off.
You might that might be true. And if that is the case, then I'm wrong.
No,
I
I just wanted to, because I do think that point is an interesting one, which is that everything he puts out is just colossal.
Right, dude, and they're not like fucking like indie movies. These are blockbuster smash hits. It's
Every
not like
movie
David
makes
Lynch.
$1 billion.
You know what I mean? These are movies for everybody that are awesome, that win awards.
They can
that
be
are
translated into 50 languages you didn't even know existed.
The original Avatar made $3 billion. 2.8 billion.
And that's at a time. I wonder what that would be now.
I know,
adjusted
2009, right?
For whatever
By the
they
way,
adjust for.
I watched like a pretty comprehensive recap before going to the movies. It was like, I'm not going to watch it again. And it was really helpful. And it looked really fucking sick then, too. I was like, it's probably going to look like shit. It looks amazing.
I saw Avatar enough times, the first one, that I don't feel that I need to do that.
Oh, that's solid. So you liked it?
I loved it.
I loved it.
I loved the first one.
It was amazing.
I loved the first one. I bought it on Blu-ray.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes.
One of the few Blu-rays I bought before Blu-ray was rendered stupid.
That was a real quick.
That one was in and
real
out.
quick.
And we all knew it too, because we saw the jump from VHS to DVD, and everyone said, "Wow, DVD will be the future." And then Blu-ray came in, and it was so similar in a way to DVD, I think. It was just way higher quality. And the best they could do is they would show you the side-by-side of the same still from a movie, and the Blu-ray just looked a lot brighter.
Yeah, yeah.
And by that point, I think we already knew that streaming was happening. And was maybe in its infancy, but it was starting to come in. And so everyone saw the next technology by the time that they were telling us Blu-ray was the new technology. And so you were like, come on, man, really? I just built up my massive DVD library. I'm going to have to burn all those.
You know what's interesting too now? Like VHSs are starting to become like what records are.
Come on, is that true?
Yeah, like
Come on, no.
Yeah, I was hanging with some people and they were talking about how they watch VHSs and like
Who?
Experiential like actors and shit.
What kind of people are these?
No, but they were like
goofballs.
But they made a good point. They're like the previews and shit. Like there is like an experiential element to it that's kind of fun, and like the graininess of the picture is kind of fun also. And dude, also they're collector's items. Like Pete collects unopened VHSs. And they're like baseball cards. They're like the new baseball cards. You feel like, oh, you have a mint, like Back to the Future collector's or like imagine like the Independence Day with the hologram wrapped. Like I don't know, like that kind of thing.
That's kind of cool, I guess. If you're in that world, it's probably cool.
Yeah, I don't like clutter personally.
Yeah.
I don't like having stuff that I can't store on a hard drive.
I don't like clutter at all,
Yeah,
and
I hate
that was a major problem. Yes, this past week.
Really?
Well,
Or
because
just, like,
Sierra and I
presents?
went to Maine, and we had to get all this shit from our wedding that we had left there,
Oh boy.
and it had been months since we had been home and had needed to get. Now, here's something. Ready? So
Mhm.
we for our rehearsal dinner, which you came to, we had to. You have the option of buying or renting things like table linens, placemats, the water cups, stuff like that. And I didn't even think about all of this.
Totally,
I was
yeah.
so not privy to all of this bullshit. But, there were 6 tables, 6 long tables of people at our rehearsal dinner. And Sierra bought tablecloths for all those tables. Bought them. Because she was like, well, we could rent them, but the cost to rent them is not that much less than the cost to buy them. And we want a couple keepsakes. Now, do we want 6 fucking tablecloths? 6 of the same white tablecloths for a table so big that we will never own one that works with it?
You should take a
Are
very.
you out of your fucking mind?
You should do a very detailed photo shoot of the tablecloths and burn them afterwards.
I want to just what we need for them is we need fucking some gigantic Serbian 7'6" basketball player to wear them as ghost costumes for Halloween. It's the only way I can think of actually using these again. We'll never have a table big enough.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not like compartmentalized. It's one gigantic tablecloth.
It's a huge tablecloth.
Maybe if you guys buy a banquet hall or something.
Yeah. Yeah, if we're having a feast where a pig comes in with an apple in its mouth and there's a little bowl on your left for washing your fingers off. I don't know, man. So it's all that shit. Now, to her credit, she said we're going to keep 1 or 2 and we'll give gifts to my friends that, because we've got like 50 placemats. These fucking donkey placemats. They're not bad. I don't hate them. It's just we don't need that many placemats. And I said that to her. I was like, we're about to move. We're about to downsize. We already have too much shit for the apartment we live in. Where is this all going to go?
Yeah.
Where is it going to go? This is how, when you drive on the highway and you see big warehouses that are storage.
Oh yeah.
Buy your storage unit. This we store. And you think to yourself, do they have that in Sweden?
All right.
Do the Swedes
Store.
need to store their belongings off a highway 17 miles from their home?
Yeah. Any Scandinavians tuning in, please let us know your.
Is that a distinctly American thing where we just are so unwilling to economize our lives that we will actually pay to hoard? We will pay more to hoard. And this is how this happens. This is how storage units get filled.
Yeah.
Oh, we may need it someday. Oh, we want to pass it down to our kids. And my God, I don't know. It irks me to no end.
Dust collectors.
But yeah, I don't know. We brought all that home. Our car was so insanely full. It was insanely full. And on the way home, we stopped in New Haven, Connecticut to get some pizza.
Oh yeah.
Have you hit it before?
No.
First time?
Oh,
That's the best.
And this is what everyone says.
baby.
People have said, Dave Portnoy, pizza expert,
Pizza big guru.
has said that New Haven, Connecticut is the best pizza in America, best pizza town in America. And so we were kind of looking at some top places. We started looking an hour out, and Sierra found a place.
You went to Pepe's?
She called
Mhm.
Another one.
Sally's?
Sally's.
I don't know
Modern?
which one. Modern.
Modern? Yeah, those are
She
the. I would
called-
say
Not bad.
modern is
I say
number
it's
three
third,
for sure.
Yeah, I don't like.
I
it
vote
as
Sally's
much.
number
You
one.
guys made a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
choice, but
She
no.
called Modern, and I'm telling you, we got a busy signal, and then was calling every minute for 30 minutes.
Yeah, you just gotta go stand in line.
And it was busy. And fortunately, with 45 minutes left, she got on my phone and started calling Pepe's,
Mhm.
and we got an automated service that said you're third in line. We thought, oh, okay.
That's sick.
And then 10 minutes went by, and all of a sudden we were second in line. Oh, sorry for making you wait. Thank you for your patience. We are experiencing higher than normal pizza orders. And second line, okay, all right. Another 15 minutes goes by, and you're next in line. Now we're 20 minutes away. And I'm thinking, like, Jesus Christ. And, dude, I'm telling you, we pulled up to the place, and someone was like, hi, can I take your order?
Hilarious.
And then we were like, we're fucking here. So then we went up to the window and we said, hey, how long would it be to order a pizza and have it to go? She said, it's going to be 45 minutes. Well, how long would it be to come in and have it? Oh, well, we can get you in right now.
Oh, really?
And
Sick.
and it'll be much quicker. All right.
Amazing.
So I take the dogs out, walk them, and then put them back in the car. And then we go in and we sit there and we order pizza. Now, here's where things got rocky.
Oh no.
I'm discussing, Sierra eats a lot more pizza than I do. I'm not a huge pizza guy. And she just without even me saying, what are you thinking? She just says, I'm thinking we get a small clam pizza. And then we get a medium, half hot pepper and sausage, half whatever you want. I'm like, what? Why are you swinging so hard? Those are swings for the fences.
Okay, I will say this: the clam is like I actually personally don't like it, but it is like a famous thing.
Yeah.
At their
That's
place.
like the
Yeah.
famous thing you get. Yes,
Really?
I don't like it,
Yeah.
but it is a thing.
Is that right,
Yeah.
Chris?
Of
That's-
all the
that-
pizza
that's
places
the thing you get.
there, that's their.
Yeah.
That's the famous
That
thing.
and like
Places
the
don't do it, like-
regular.
That's the novelty item.
Yeah.
We ordered this clam pizza. I took one bite and I was starving. So even though I had said to her, you sure you don't want to do something a little more close to home?
What was the other half?
I went my half, the only half that I got was mushroom and onion.
Okay,
Can't believe you guys just didn't get regular.
you got it. Yeah, but
We learned our lesson.
Yeah.
We need a
Yeah.
control half.
the cheese there is fucking gas,
Yeah.
dude.
We
It's
should
just
have
like
gone
sauce,
cheese.
and then you get it's like grated parm. It's not even any cheese.
It's so
Dude,
good.
some kids
piece
hockey
fucked.
team behind us got the cheese, and I almost wanted to give them $100 for like 3 of their slices.
On the way home from your wedding, actually.
I almost just turned around in our booth and said, guys, listen, I'm really sorry. I will give you cash if you can just give me one of your normal human slices. Because we're eating fucking ethnic food over here. I don't know what my wife was thinking. I don't know what foreign country she just returned from that would account for this bizarre
That's
Rubik's Cube of pizza that sits in front of us. But yeah, so the clam arrives. I'm starving. I have opened my mind. I am open to it, despite having said, those are some big swings you're taking. Are you sure? And I took one bite and I put it down and I said, I hate it.
I don't like the clam either, dude.
I
Yeah,
hate
same.
it. I
I don't like
hated
clam.
it.
I don't like
Have you had it, Chris?
Yeah, I'm not really into that.
Have you had it, Ryan?
I'm not a clam guy.
So then what are you guys talking about?
Dude, it's the thing. It's the novelty thing you try.
So you
Yeah.
just went 0 for
No,
4
no,
in
no.
the room.
What you do, bro, is you order.
what-
If
you got
you've
the
never
wrong
had
thing.
it, you order a small to try it, right?
Yeah.
And then you order a plain large.
Yeah.
Yo, these clams were really clammy.
Yeah.
These were not clams that had been unearthed from the mud that day. They came out of a jar.
Yeah.
They were gross,
I
man.
don't like clams.
and listen, I'm sorry to shit on Pepe's Pizza. The rest of the pizza was great. We ordered poorly. The vibe in there was excellent. The food, I'm sure, is excellent. My half of my semi-normal pizza, very solid. I wish we'd ordered cheese. I want to go back. They deserve a second chance. This was on us.
There's a couple locations, by the way, too, bro.
They
Which
have-
also,
they have one in Stanford.
And they have
too.
one in Mohegan Sun also.
Oh.
Yeah.
does that not irk you? Does that not bother you?
No, not at all. I mean, like, it's like, oh, okay, but it's ultimately nice that it's convenient. I'd prefer to go to the OG one, but I've been there a bunch of times, like growing up in Connecticut. Like, we always used to go.
Doesn't, in some ways, it is a testament to how good the place is, that they've been
If there's-
able to
Oh,
expand.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But in the other sense, to me, it
Becomes
is
more accessible.
you espouse a doctrine of we've never changed anything. This is the OG way. We've been doing the same way since. And yet now you've got 4 or 5 locations to look after.
Mhm.
It's impossible to maintain the same quality control, right?
I don't know. It's pretty good everywhere I've had it.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's not rocket science. I mean, they exported Joe's to L.A. Everybody in L.A. is like, oh, the water. You can't make pizza here, the water. And it's just the exact same fucking thing.
Fair point. Fair point. Okay. So I took one bite. And by the way, I felt so, well, on one hand, I did feel bad to not like it. I wanted to like it because she cared.
Did she like the clam?
I couldn't tell because she
Right.
she ate it either just out of pure
Right.
spite and as stubbornness.
Yeah.
You know, she would have chopped that shit up and blown lines of it to prove the point that it was.
Yeah. Good for her.
But I think she did. I don't know, man.
What's her sign? Not that it matters, but I'm just curious.
I actually don't know.
When's she born? When's her birthday?
September?
Early September?
Late September.
Was that Libra? I don't know. Whatever.
I'm not sure.
All right. But dude, like, what did you think about the way they cut it? To me, the way they cut it, it's like that style came from some guy at the pizza place was told he didn't cut it right. And he's like, oh yeah, I didn't cut it right. Oh yeah, oh yeah, I didn't cut it right. It's like spiteful. It looks like a child cut the pizza, dude. It's crazy that they do it like that.
Yeah, just big slabs.
It's just like, yeah, it's
just
completely
big old,
uneven.
It's just mayhem.
It's crazy.
But here's my question, because we had the discussion in the car approaching the restaurant. I got my details a little mixed up here because we thought we were going to get them on the phone.
Yeah, right.
So we had to know what we wanted before. And that's when she had said, let's do a small clam. Let's do this and that. And by the way, I didn't necessarily know that place was famous for its clam.
Yeah.
I thought she was just
Being a fucking cowboy.
swinging from the rafters. Yeah, being a cowboy.
Or
Like,
swinging.
I don't know. Let's fucking shake up this snow globe and see what it tells us to order.
Magic 8-ball.
Yeah. Clam pizza. All right. So we had the discussion. Now I had a really strong sense that was not going to be what we wanted for pizza. But I said, listen, it's not what I would want, but I'm going to let you lead the show here. And I hope you're right. I hope you're right. When am I allowed to overrule my wife?
See, to me, it doesn't need to turn into that. It could just be like a discussion. Be like, if she's like, I'm thinking this, this, and this. And you're like, okay, like, would you be open to this? Because I want this. She's not going to say no.
But she gave me a half of the medium to choose from. So she gave me my own.
Was it not enough? Like, was the small supposed to be like a fun?
Look, it was my half of the medium was enough food for me.
Yeah.
But in that we are ordering 3 separate types of pizza across a full medium pie and a small pie, I'm excited about the variety. I enjoy variety, especially in that we were going to a highly regarded, out of the way, don't ever go to New Haven for pizza place, a legendary pizza place.
Yeah.
I was very excited about that. And I wanted to experience 2 to 3 different types of pizza that I would really like.
Solid.
And I ended up mostly enjoying my one safe corner of pizza.
I do think that it would be nice to be able to agree on the neutral option of the 3. So it's like you each pick what you want for your half of the medium and you agree on the small in a perfect world. If you wanted to fight for it.
I guess my question though pertains more to, relationships and whether or not the overrule is ever something that you should really try for.
Well, this is nice that you are bringing this up because I had a very similar moment happen and I disagreed with my dad on this because my dad would say, "No, the woman's like not like that, but your wife, she runs the show, like haha, like
right.
Kind of almost like doing it tongue in cheek, like he doesn't necessarily mean it. It's just like a thing guys say. He's like trying to bond.
Yes.
But like I was fighting with Hillary about something in front of everyone, Like I was helping my mom with her like 2-factor authentication or something on her phone. And Hillary has been frustrated watching the whole process of like, did I ever tell you about my mom losing her phone? I don't think I ever told you about
No,
this.
but I have a very funny follow-up.
Okay, so I'm not going to tell that yet. But basically, Hillary starts trying to get involved while I'm doing it properly. And I'm like, Hillary, stand down. She's like, no, you need to. I'm like, stand down. I basically like, and then
You
she
said that? You should stand down?
No, I'm like, no, but I was like, Hillary, I got it. Like, I raised my voice.
Wow.
Which, by the way, yesterday she was like, I like that I've turned you into a yeller.
Oh, wow.
She's like, you never yell. She's like, but it's good for you, you know, to yell. I'm like,
Oh,
all right, I like that.
Interesting.
So anyway, she kind of
Interesting.
goes into the corner and is like, she's a little unhappy about the way that just went down. She just needs to cool off.
Uh-huh.
And my dad comes up to me and he's like, you should go apologize to her. And I'm like, why? He's like, because you should, you know, like. And I'm like, no, I don't. I was like, that's not how our household works. I'm like, if I
Wow.
am very sure about what I'm doing and she's very sure about what she's doing, we just need a sec to cool off. We can agree to disagree. It's okay.
Wow.
And he keeps coming up to me going, do me a favor. I'm like, dude, Dad, stop it. You mind your own business. This is not, come on. Would you? Dude, he was so shook that she was over there unhappy in the corner.
Yeah. Was
Uh,
this on Christmas?
Yeah, this is Christmas Day.
Oh, I get that. There's
Classic.
a heightened hope for harmony on Christmas, I think, in a household.
Yeah.
You guys were at your place?
We went to New Jersey to visit my cousins. Dude, I just heard a story, and if your follow-up you think needs to go before I tell it about my mom's phone.
No, but how did your situation resolve?
Okay, so it resolved that I did what we had intended to do, but Hillary had PTSD from experiencing what had happened. My mom at one point lost her phone.
I'm saying you didn't apologize to Hillary.
We ended up not apologizing.
Oh, and then it was fine.
Yeah.
That's good.
All good.
Mhm.
Agree to disagree.
Time heals all
Stop.
wounds.
And also just, style difference. I
Sure.
think it should be done this way. She thinks it should be done that way. Doesn't matter. It gets done. So it doesn't matter. We don't agree on the way to do it. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
We agree on important things,
Yeah.
So anyway, dude, my parents go whale watching. This is one of the great tales, dude. This is really good.
When did
This
they
is
go
a-
whale watching?
So they went first in the summer. So mind you, it's like somewhere off the Cape. Like it's like a 5-hour drive.
Uh-huh.
They have to leave their house at like 3 a.m. It's like the most preposterous activity.
Yeah.
They leave at 3 o'clock in the morning. They go to see whales. They don't end up seeing whales. So they get a voucher to go again.
Wow.
So then
bummer.
they go again. 2 months later, they go again to see whales. They go see the whales. Apparently, so I heard the story from my brother's girlfriend for the first time. I had never heard it from her perspective, but like it
She was with them?
yes. So
Oh.
my brother didn't go. My brother's girlfriend, my parents, and Zio Butch go together.
What a clan.
What a squad.
Oh my goodness.
So they go whale watching. Apparently apparently it was like super choppy that day. My dad and my mom are dramatically vomiting over the side of the boat.
Oh my god.
And my brother's girlfriend Natasha was like, yeah, I was like legitimately worried about your mom.
Uh-huh.
She's like, I didn't think she was gonna make it. At some point during all this, my mom had left her phone at a rest stop somewhere, approaching the boat before they got to the boat. So they're trying to find the phone. They call and someone's like, hello, and they're like, hey, they're like, do you have our phone? They're like, oh yeah, we have a phone, yes. So they go to try to find the phone. They end up in like Brockton, Massachusetts, which is like an hour and a half out of the way. And my dad is just going up and down these like sketchy streets, knocking on people's doors, trying to find the phone. Dude, I'd never heard this story. I had never heard this side of the story. So it was a complete disaster what ends up happening because they don't find the phone. They get back at like 11 p.m. It was like really dramatic. And then these people, they keep calling them and trying to figure out where they're going to be. And they kept being like, oh, my husband has the phone, but he's not home today. If you could come to Pennsylvania, it's in Pennsylvania. They're like, what are you talking about?
You're traveling with our phone?
Pennsylvania? So in the meantime, dude, my mom now doesn't have a phone. They decide it's this great idea to get her a new phone number. So she has a new phone with a new phone number. But now all of her life is 2-factor to her old number.
Oh
So I'm like, what are you talking about? Dude, at one point, while trying to like rectify the situation, I fell to the floor and began to weep. Dude, I'm like, this is the most complicated thing for no reason. Why? So then I'm like, well, why can't we just go to the guy who has the phone? They're like, Julia, no, you can't go to the guy. I'm like, why? They're like, trust us. Like, it's not safe. I'm like, who is this guy? What do you mean? And so they keep calling, whatever. Finally, they're like, they said they're going to mail it back. They never mail it back. They keep calling, whatever. They get her this new phone. The new phone is completely worthless. I'm like, guys, I call Verizon for them. And they're like, oh, you guys still have the old number. I'm like, what? So then they go back, they switch. And I'm like, call me when you guys do this. Because my mom doesn't know her login for this, for that, for this, whatever. So she ends up getting her old number back, but still no phone. So still like, now she has the number, so we can technically do it. But the old phone, dude, it's like a whole, but she wants her pictures. 2 weeks later, they get a call. Hey, like if you can come to Massachusetts today or something, like we can give you the phone. And they end up going and getting it like 3.5 months later.
Oh my
so now she just has the same phone she had again. Dude, it's the craziest, most frustrating, like seeing your parents not be able to like navigate the new world situation I've ever. And they're pretty good. Like they are pretty tech savvy. But like, yeah, to watch this all unfold, bro, was absolutely fucking terrible.
Unbelievable. The stories of your parents give me joy.
HelloFresh, man. New year, new me. I'm going to be hitting the HelloFresh hard.
I'm glad.
HelloFresh is phenomenal.
I was cooking for my family at home, and I'll tell you what, it was too much work. I wished that I had HelloFresh at home.
Well, dude, like I was talking to my cousins use HelloFresh a lot too. My cousin Christiana and her husband, they love it for the same reasons I do. Like it's amazing that instead of having to do the entire step of buying a troll of ginger, I don't know what the unit actually is.
Troll.
It just looks like a little troll.
Troll doll?
A troll of ginger.
Yeah.
And having to figure out how to skin it and pick it apart and do all that crap.
Peeling ginger is not easy.
Dude, they just have the exact amount of ginger you need.
It's perfect.
And there is enough leeway to make some choices with stuff. Like we were talking about the different sauces. Like there's this dill mustard sauce. I don't care for dill. So guess what? I just don't include the dill.
Eschew the dill.
Get it out of here with the dill.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless, ton of really great recipes, ton of really great options. And they set it up for you so perfectly that you can cook stuff that you've never cooked. I've said this before on the pod, but like I'll be doing multiple things I've never done. And there might be simple things like cooking rice or deep frying green beans. I've never done that.
Nice.
You know what I mean? It is the best. Go to HelloFresh.com/oops21 and use code oops21 for 21 free meals plus free shipping. That is 21 free meals plus free shipping with oops21 at HelloFresh.com/oops21.
And it brings me to something that I need to tell you about because this is something I didn't know was happening. But as it turns out, your dad has been messaging me on Facebook Messenger for months.
Like replying to your story?
No, I don't even really understand what's going on here. So, I haven't used Facebook in a long time. And I still have I have a page, a public I have my old Facebook account, which was what I used to use in high school and stuff and college for posting photos and communicating with people and stuff like that. But then once I became a comedian, I had to build up a page. I don't know if you'd call it a public page or a fan page or something.
Right. Which I have found to be the most worthless thing in my arsenal.
But when I would do some like Instagram ads for companies,
it would come up on Facebook.
I'd have to have a page in order to enable sort of like tracking or something.
Yeah.
These companies demand that you have this kind of thing.
You buy it through Facebook for some reason.
Collaborated with Facebook because Facebook owns Instagram, and I guess that's just how they do it. I don't even know what add something, whatever. So I have that, but I don't use it at all, and I forget about it. And recently, after my whole Fox News debacle, I got a torrent of hate messages to that page.
Okay.
Which speaks to, I think,
who's using
the type
Facebook.
of people that are still using Facebook and what they're using it for.
Yes.
You know, this is older people. No disrespect to your dad.
No, he's part of the. He loves Facebook.
Yeah.
This is proof of that.
Who
he loves the book,
just
dude.
have not moved to the next technology, just as like I'm, you know, sort of dragging my feet to move into TikTok and things like that. And I'll probably miss entirely the next thing. But you know, I got all these angry 60-year-olds in the Midwest and stuff sending me death threats to my public page. And the funny part is that they're also posting on my wall on that thing because it's public. And the last posts that I put up on that page were promotions of shows in like 2017.
Wow.
2018. And it's like, hey, come see me at Caroline's, my breakout artist series.
Right.
And then these angry trolls from the fucking Missouri are like, no way I'm coming to that. And it's like, dude, that was 5 years ago. What are you talking about? Check the date, Bryce.
Oh my
You know what I
God.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
fuck this clown. Don't go see him. Spend your money on other tickets. It's like, dude, click the ticket link. That shit's been at 404 since the dawn of time.
Dude, yeah. Anybody who can 404, anybody who can afford to go to that show is extremely rich because they own a time machine.
Yeah. It's something very funny to
not
me.
a-
There's
yeah.
something very funny about being trolled things that you 5 years late.
Yeah.
You know, watching people hate 5 years ago of you.
Yeah.
Like, come over to my Instagram. Send me some hate DMs there.
Yeah.
Then I'll see them, and that might actually affect me. But I promise you, I don't care about what you have to say. But
Hard to take Facebook trolling
in
seriously.
seeing that, it alerted me somehow
My dad's just been blowing up your shit.
to this, the fact that I had all this stuff coming in from Giulio Gallerati. And it didn't occur to me what was going on there. But of course, then it occurred to me that it's your dad. And on November 16th of 2021, he wrote, Francis, when is the Oops live show in December? Of course, I feel bad. I never saw that.
He came, so it's all
I
good.
didn't respond.
He was there.
And then on the 4th of July, he wrote, Hi, Francis. I was trying to do a surprise birthday for G. I heard you might be having your bachelor party on the 20th. Is that right? Didn't respond to that. Felt really bad. I feel bad about that. But this is
That would have
where
ruined the surprise, though. You didn't even know about your bachelor party.
Oh my God. That's fucking insane, bro.
Oh wow.
My dad ruined. Oh, dude, let's not forget that we thought that the greatest spoiler of all time was going to be my dad ruining the end of the final James Bond. Little did we know, a greater spoiler was around the corner.
Oh my God.
That is absolutely outrageous, dude.
Who would he have heard that from you?
So this is what happened. He decided
Because he
No.
didn't want you to know about
this is
your
what-
surprise.
I'll tell you, this is what happened. He decided he wanted to do this party, and then he contracted it out to Hillary.
Oh yeah.
He
okay.
goes. She ends up basically planning most of the party.
Yeah.
He obviously he added a lot of stuff, but she was the person on the ground. So she told him, "Hey, there's a conflict. Francis's bachelor party's happening, dude. That is insane." And he must not have realized it was a surprise, or wasn't listening well enough.
Yeah.
And that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Can you read it again?
Yeah, he says, Hi, Francis. I was trying to do a surprise birthday for G. I heard you might be having your bachelor party on the 20th. Is that right? And I would have responded, No, I'm not having a bachelor party. And then I'm sure he would have been like, That's not what I heard.
Yeah.
Hillary said you were.
Oh my God.
And then I would have texted Hillary and been like, What is happening here?
She would have been like, "Oh my God."
Dude, but this is the best part.
My dad
This is
too
the best
funny.
part. So the most recent message he sent me, and for some reason, when he sent me this, his account was not under the name Giulio Gallerati. It was like a Facebook user.
Oh, weird.
There was no name under it, right? So the most recent message he sent me was July 21st, and there's a video of you coming into the pizza place.
Yeah.
But the message after that, which was the only thing you see when you're just like looking through your messages. So this was the first message that I saw from your dad, and I didn't know what it was. He goes, surprise, no exclamation mark. Surprise, space. How was your night last night? Smiley face. And I knew there was a video, so I just assumed this was like a woman masturbating, sending me this video from an anonymous account.
Click this link. Oh my God, how was your night last night?
Look at that.
Smiley face dad. What the
Surprise,
fuck?
how was your night last night? What a salacious message from some woman who's like a bot in, Czechoslovakia. That's exactly what I thought this was from your dad, which is why I never opened it.
He knew that you had your bachelor party.
But this is your pizza party.
Yeah, but the 21st. Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is your birthday when you walk in, and we're all there.
And your party was the day before, right?
Is that right?
Or the day after?
Yeah, no,
It was the day
It was the day
before.
before.
Yeah.
Okay, dude, that's too funny. Oh my God.
Yeah. So now I owe your dad a response. I didn't know any of that was
Dude,
happening.
that is excellent. That is excellent. The fact that we just uncovered that live is fucking insane.
Unbelievable.
He ruined
right?
it. Who, Chris? Did you call that?
Yeah,
We-
I was like, wasn't
was a
Francis' surprise or bachelor party a surprise?
We had back-to-back. Us having back-to-back surprise parties is like pretty fucking.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
pretty unusual.
I still feel ashamed about how hard I was trying to resist pizza that day.
Yeah.
Okay, so dude, this just happened over the break too. The break,
It's a
whatever.
pizza
this was.
episode.
Yeah, dude, my dad
It's the-
has been My dad is always lobbying for pizza, always. Oh, and it's annoying. It's annoying because what he'll do is he'll go, "What about pizza?" And he'll go, "You like pizza, right? You want?" And I'll be like, "It sounds like you do." I'll literally say, "It sounds like you know what you want." And then the next day he'll be like, "You said yesterday you wanted pizza, right?" And I'm like, "No, you said that." He does, dude. He does it.
He's gaslighting you
Yes,
about
he's
pizza.
gaslighting me about pizza. So
Yeah.
he did that on my birthday. Well, it wasn't my birthday, but so I was being like a dick, being like, "Dad, I do not want pizza."
I remember that.
Like, stop, because there's just so much history.
Mm-hmm.
So he, so dude, it's funny because he did it again, but this time it was about Pepe's.
What?
Zia Butch is a high roller at Mohegan Sun. Zia Butch goes in there, he takes them for all they're worth. Dude, I'll occasionally get a screenshot of like $12,000 jackpot. Like he like works the slot machines.
Holy cow.
He has the machines he likes, and he does this thing when he wins where he catches his right arm and then he does the he goes and he catches his bicep and then pulls the
lever.
machine
Yeah,
as it
pretty
like
good.
air machine. It's really fun to watch. Like I'll go. We just sat there and watched him gamble. He obviously won $1,000.
Oh my, on slot machines?
Yeah, he has like certain machines he
Wow.
likes, and since he like has like a certain status, he'll ask somebody to shut the machine down for him. So and then we'll go get food, which he pays for because he has all these points, and then he comes back and plays the machine and wins.
Wow.
It's pretty impressive.
That is baller status.
Pretty impressive. So anyway, so we were all going to go to dinner. Zia Butch is like, "Let's take you to dinner," and my dad started going, "What about Pepe's? You guys like Pepe's, right? You want to go to Pepe's?"
Uh-huh.
I'm like, "You want to go, right?" He's like, "I don't know." And then the next day, did the same thing. Like, "You said you want pizza," and I'm like, "No." But now that you mentioned when I saw you eating the Pepe's, I was like, "Fuck, I guess I maybe did want Pepe's." But
it worked.
I know.
It worked.
That to me is my favorite of the three. I don't
Oh,
know how
good.
you guys feel. Sally's takes too long and it pisses me off.
My roommates worked at Sally's, so they would bring home
Ah,
pizza all the time, and I thought that was the best.
It's really good.
All right. Well, I need to go back.
I like Sally's the best.
This was not.
Sally's, you sit and wait for 2 hours.
We tried to go to Sally's on the way back from your wedding.
we
We ended up
stopped
going to
by on the
Pepe's.
way home from your wedding. That's how much we liked this pizza.
Oh my god,
It really
dude!
is good.
It's a big
the
check mark
lines,
for the drive.
The lines
Yeah.
are huge.
Yeah.
The
Wow.
lines are huge. I mean, it was Wednesday at like 8:30.
Yeah, dude. And Dave doing that is going to give it like another like
I think
hard.
he gave really good reviews.
I saw him talking about how he thinks New Haven's the best
I
pizza
saw that
city.
on
That's
Wallow and
inevitably going to
Yeah.
blow it up for the
Yeah.
foreseeable future.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was all good. I was gonna to close out. Lastly, the overrule thought,
Oh, sorry.
which
Yes.
is, it's a lose-lose as a boyfriend or husband, right? Because if you do overrule,
you're being a dick.
even if you're right, it's bad.
Right. You've been like, I'm putting my foot down on this one because I can.
Yeah.
It's a bad precedent. Like, you
Right.
don't want to be in that relationship.
And if you overrule and you're wrong, well, then you're doubly wrong. But so in my mind, I guess, as a husband, it's better, truly, unfortunately, to not try to overrule because I'm not an asshole
1,000%.
and just eat clam pizza.
Dude, but I think that, but now you've been overruled. I think there is a way to just discuss. Hopefully you can, and I know you have this.
Dude, I knew
but if you can talk about it.
I knew, first of all, Sierra got very sick over break, over Christmas, and was throwing up. So her
During
stomach.
Christmas?
Probably the day after.
Poor thing. Dude.
Yeah.
She's had a tough month. Hill
Yeah.
dog too. with health.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I knew we were going into this pizza place. Like,
Sorry, it's just like both your girlfriends getting
Yeah, yeah.
sick at the same
No,
time.
I was like,
It's
oh
kinda
yeah,
funny.
Hill dog too. Yeah. Sorry, keep going.
no, I knew that going to a pizza. I knew her stomach was. She hadn't eaten much and hadn't been eating much and was kind of eating like saltine crackers and chicken noodle soup and stuff. We're going to get pizza, and she says she wants a clam pizza. I'm like, are you sure that you should break the seal
Yeah.
on your stomach with clam pizza? And I just felt like I knew this was a bad idea. And so I wanted to overrule. I felt like I should have. I was confident in my overrule. And looking back, my overrule would have been correct.
You suspect she did not like it.
I don't think she liked that claim. She's strong-willed enough to say, no, I actually loved it. It was really good. I'm not sure why you didn't like it. Or we have different tastes.
Yeah.
She also goes to this place, Pasquale Jones, a lot in New York, and they make a clam pizza.
Hillary loves that place too.
And she loves it. She says it's the best thing there.
Interesting.
And was probably trying to recreate that or was going off of that. And this was obviously very different. But the lesson for me is that we just always need to have a control pizza. We always need to have a cheese.
Yeah. The control group is solid. But dude, again, like, I don't think it's so black and white. Like, I think that you could have fought harder for a neutral option and it probably would have just been fine. And at the end of the day, you could just order more and just be like, well, just
That's the other option.
take, you know.
But
The dogs were just chilling in the car. That's fine.
Yeah, they've gotten really good at chilling.
They're
Ruby's
getting along.
Sort of settled down a lot, which is great. Yeah, they are.
They spend time together.
They do. Kojai still puts up with her, but more lovingly now.
So
I
what do
would
they
say.
do when they hang out?
They like to nap together.
They make contact.
Ruby will have a foot touching
his-
Kojai.
Okay.
But they like to go for walks, and Kojai will be walking forward, and then Ruby will just be walking across his path, trying to lick his face and incite him to play, and he's just trying to barrel forward, but he just puts up with it.
She really she wants to play. She likes it.
Yeah, she wants him to play with her all the time.
When she's touching her foot on him when they nap, where is the foot?
It could be anywhere. I think it's just sort of a
Wherever.
general contact on his back, or sometimes I'll manipulate them to make it seem like they ended up that way, where I will actually put one leg sort of under his neck and then
nice.
the other over him and have them spoon.
See, guys, you like each other.
And then I try to take a quick picture and send it to Sierra and say they did this naturally. And she
Does it work?
She knows.
Did
There's
it
no
work?
way they ended up that way. Kojai didn't lie down in the arms of Ruby. That's preposterous.
But you're able to arrange that?
Briefly. Then
Yeah, then
Kojai
they
says,
wake
what
up.
do you think you're doing? This is not how I want to sleep.
When they eat, do they eat the same stuff?
No, they don't.
What dictates what they eat?
Well, Ruby has some sort of more puppy formula situation.
Is it like pheasant and...
It's a good question.
Dude, dog food always cracks me
It's
up.
so funny, the
Pheasant
flavors.
and chicken formula.
Yeah.
So she eats more of a puppy food?
Yeah, and she eats 3 times a day. Dude, she is growing like a
I
weed.
know.
Her legs are so long and lanky. She's so lanky when she stretches. It's hysterical.
Is she clumsy?
No, she's athletic.
Nice.
And she's really growing into her form.
And
I was going to say body, but that felt sexual.
how often does Kojai eat?
Twice a day?
And they have no problem. Like, does he ever look at her food being like, hey?
Not really. No. We feed them in different areas. We sort of quarantine them
Nice.
for that part of it.
Nice. So she will be much bigger than Kojai soon.
Oh, they weigh close to the same now, but she is
He's just a brick, dude.
he's a fullback.
Yeah,
He's
big
Mike
time.
Allstott, and she's more like Cordarrelle Patterson. That makes sense.
Man, I love it. I love dogs doing stuff, dude. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
He'll be like, you know what I mean? He'll
Yeah.
just be like looking at the side of a couch and like thinking something's happening. It's so funny.
It's fun. It's been fun to have these two dogs together. It's really added a lot to our lives.
I'm really looking forward to
I have to
spending
say.
some time with them together. So Kojai's here now. Also.
Yep. Yeah, we got Koji Man.
Huge.
The dogs are good.
So Francis got me a gift. I knew he was going to get me a gift because we did our Christmas episode and, you know, we all gave each other shit. Francis was like, I have something for you, but it's not going to be ready. I didn't have anything to give him.
That's okay.
But
this is not just a podcast gift. This is a gift for speaking at our wedding and for all the shit I put you through.
I appreciate it.
I
This
don't
is
make your
very-
life easier.
I don't agree with that.
You probably bear the brunt of my mistakes.
No.
Second only to my wife.
Well, dude, all that aside, I
you
don't
catch
necessarily
the
agree with
you
that.
catch the peripheral heat. The jets, you get caught up in the jet stream, second only maybe to her.
Well, maybe it's good for me, bro. No, I don't. Well, hopefully, it's not purely out of guilt. But
No,
dude,
I
know, fuck
wanted
no,
you to
know.
have
And
this.
I appreciate you're saying this to alleviate the burden of me not giving you anything. Well, however, so I showed up. It was very obvious that I had not come prepared to give Francis anything. So I thought, I'm like, all right, I could do the thing where I'm like, oh, yours isn't here yet either, and go get him something in the meantime and then bring it. But I just felt like that would ring as untrue.
Mm.
So I was like, you know what? Whatever. Next time I go over his house, I'll just bring him something nice.
No, you don't have to do that. I actually think I owe you a gift for speaking at our wedding. There's some kind of
No,
protocol for that bullshit.
No.
There's like
you
a list
guys-
of shit you're supposed to do.
You did something. I forget what. but you
Might
did-
have.
You did some sort of.
Uh,
No, and also I don't think that's true. I think that's only true for the efficient. I don't think.
is
it's
that right?
I don't.
Yeah.
Dude, you don't have to do it. I'm opening the gift. Sorry for this bubble wrap sound. And Francis had said to me, "Okay, you can describe it."
Yeah.
This is great, man. What a thoughtful gift.
Look
This
at
is
that.
a photo from our live show that we did where Hill Dog was the special guest.
Yeah.
She's on the stage as well. And I'm doing my sort of signature.
And I
Which
think
is-
I'm laughing, right?
You are.
Yeah,
You're
I'm laughing, and she's roasting you. Now I have the companion photo where it's me. It's when the next live show we did where we had Sierra
Oh yeah.
on stage, and I have that framed, and I love that photo, and I thought you need this one of you and Hill
Thank you, man.
Dog.
Thank you.
And
It's
it's
like turtle doves.
it's such a great
Home Alone
photo
2.
of you two, and I even thought about cropping myself out of it.
Oh, we need you in
But
here.
I thought, you know what, this is a great a photo, and you know, I'll tell you what, it's hard to choose the size when you're giving someone a framed photo.
What
because-
is this size?
I don't know exactly, but it's
8 by 10.
you don't want. I wanted to do like, let's give them one that'll take up an entire wall. They need this. And my Sierra was like, you need to give them the option of how they decorate their home. You don't get to say what is going to take up a wall. So this is sort of a
This is
nice
great.
big desk photo, I guess you'd call it, or you can put it up in anywhere you want if you want. But
This is great, man. Thank you.
it's a nice, and the colors are beautiful. And
It's
Chris
great.
took this photo.
We did.
Chris took this is a Chris
Chrissy
original.
signature
Yeah.
original.
And you guys both look so good. So I
Thank
love
you,
that
man.
photo.
Thank
and
you. This
yeah.
is a good one. I appreciate it.
Those
and
are some
Francis
fun
did
shows.
say, he's like, you remember what you were saying you did when they called you out at the wedding? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, all right, open the thing.
Yeah. You made it. I was so happy when you told me that story. You were like, "That's kind of my signature sound, my signature look." A little bit. I don't know if you said that. Maybe
No, I did.
Yeah.
It's like whether it is or isn't, it's like very much a thing I would do.
Yeah.
In line with, which is funny. I'm glad that people get amusement out of these little things because, like the guy in Afghanistan, when I went he thought that was sick, dude. Well, dude, thank you.
So we have Julio making that same, and I had ordered this and made this before you even told that story, which made me happy.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
So,
well, I appreciate it, man. Hill Dog's gonna be thrilled.
Yeah.
very thoughtful.
Awesome,
Appreciate
dude.
it, man.
Awesome. And we always appreciate so much our WAGs, wives and girlfriends,
Yes, we
as
do.
integral parts of our show. We often reference them in glowing tones, I would say.
Absolutely.
Hopefully this overrule conversation doesn't go against that.
Nah.
All right. Facts with Ryan. Facts with Ryan.
Okay, okie
2023.
dokie. The origin of "Get yourself in a pickle" comes from Shakespeare's *The Tempest*.
Oh, really?
How camest thou in this pickle? Trinculo replies, I have been in such a pickle since I saw you last that I fear me will never out of my bones. That's the quote.
Nice.
Cool.
Avatar, from filming to release, Way of the Water took about 5 years to make.
Wow.
The first Avatar made $2.9 billion in 2009. In 2022, with a 38.8 cumulative rate of inflation, it would have made $4.24 billion today.
Wow.
And then VHS, a rare copy of Beauty and the Beast from 1992, is worth $27,500 on eBay. That's the Black Diamond Collector's Edition.
Fuck?
Wow.
And then
Wait, from what year?
92.
Okay.
And then for any of you that is new here, Julio's surprise pizza party episode is 325, and Francis's surprise bachelor party episode is 328.
Oh, that's
Nice.
phenomenal, Ryan.
Yeah, well done, Ryan.
Good
Thank
work.
you for that. G, are you performing live anywhere that the fans at home can come out and see you?
January 20th, Coastal Creative in St. Petersburg, Florida. I really love that room. It's a great spot. I'm excited to sink my teeth into St. Pete a bit more. I didn't get to as much last time. So hopefully see you there. You know our boy Brian Schultz will be in the building. His lifetime comps to my shows.
Nice.
Yeah, let's see you there. Francis, what about you?
Love that. Yeah, guys, I got Philly February 1st at Helium. I've got Atlanta and Nashville that weekend. I think that's February 5th and 6th, or 4th and 5th. And then it's on to many more cities in the Hero We Need tour. Come out, support me. I could really use it. I'm having a hard time in my life. Tickets at francisellis.com. We love you. That's Oops the Podcast. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you soon.